always do about this time.
What's up? 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 As you can tell, your boy Wildcard Mar is on another level right now. As always, it's your boy Wildcard Mar, Detroit Mail in the building. The
What's
man
good?
with the
What's good? What's
for the
good?
IOW Network. We are in the building.
Right.
Another episode of I Often Wonder.
That be us.
Yeah. As always, y'all going over to the YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification.
Right. Ding dong.
For I Often Wonder. We do have the Facebook page as well.
Right.
But definitely go to we do got an Instagram.
We got Instagram.
We got a Twitter.
We got Twitter.
Yeah, we got all that.
We got Discord. Oh, that's for the sports channel.
Yeah,
we
that's
got
for
Discord.
all that.
Yeah.
But definitely go to the YouTube page. That's where all the content is at. So definitely like, share, subscribe, share that. And then most importantly, going over to your respective app store, whether it is the Google Store, Google Play Store,
Right.
or the Apple Store.
That's it.
Download that IOW Network app.
Right. We get ready to do some revamping on it, but go ahead and download it so you get ahead of the game.
Yeah, all it is just going, update on your thing. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah, but it's a free app and a lot of great content on there, guys.
Right.
So definitely go copy it, watch it, listen to it, show the love. But we're actually here to have a little quick conversation for those who haven't been paying attention. Russia has officially invaded Ukraine.
Right.
And we just really wanted to come on here and kind of speak from just, American people's kind of point of view.
Two niggas in the barbershop.
Yeah. Two niggers.
That kind of point of view.
Yeah, that kind of point of view. And I'll say this. I don't know what's the cause or why Russia felt it needed to invade. I got a feeling it's probably over money and resources. That's 9 times out of 10 the reason that people go to war. I mean, obviously you got big bad Russia, who's up there with majority of, they got a good amount of nuclear weapons, and armory and all that shit, and small Ukraine. So, I got to say it. Hopefully, people can in Ukraine find some kind of safe places to hide out and still have somewhat of a normalcy of a life.
Right.
Because when it comes to war, there are casualties. I mean, we can't brush over that and act like it's not going to happen, because it will. I just think it's a shame that now in 2022 that war is a measure to get what you want. I just think at some point it could it be avoided? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, but I thought wars were done with.
Right.
What was the last big war?
Afghanistan.
Well, I guess so. I mean, since 9/11, USA's been in.
Yeah, but you talking about, like, I guess Vietnam. You're talking about war, like a war, I guess.
No, actual war between two countries. What USA did in Middle East, going over to Iraq and Afghanistan, was, in my opinion, a money ploy. I mean, Bush took them boys over there to go get some oil and get some money and resources. And just my opinion.
Right.
So they don't affect IOW. Excuse me, but I don't know. It's 2022. What is there that deep that you need to fight and kill over?
Well, when you come to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
You got to look at the former Soviet Union used to include Ukraine, was it
Belarus,
and a couple of little small. It's been divided up to I think like 14 different countries now.
Yeah.
And so when you look at what's the one name? Cato, I forgot it's a little organization that Belarus and Russia and a few other countries are in.
Not NATO.
It's not NATO. NATO is what is the western part.
Mm-hmm.
But so those countries formed an alliance. Ukraine is kind of neutral, but if you look how Russia is set up, as you come into Russia, it spreads out, and the further you get into it, it's harder to defend that area. So if they conquer Ukraine, then they can push the West further back. So part of that is because of that. It's a proxy war. That if Russia conquers Ukraine, now they taking back what they feel was theirs because it's part of former Soviet Union, and it kind of keeps them protected from any Western invasion. So they kind of looking at it from that standpoint. Then you got to still speak about how how Poland, Romania are not letting blacks into their country. They had to have blacks trying to get on the train and either taking them off the train or letting them on the train and letting the white Ukrainians get over on a train so they can cross the border. And then when someone was making it to the border, the Polish people weren't letting them in. So, you have a lot of things that's going on.
There's a lot of shit going on over there, man.
During this war.
Yeah.
And it's like wow, and then you got to look over here in the US, gas prices going up. I think you said it was $4.89 here now.
No, I was exaggerating. But that shit's almost $4. It's like $3.85, some shit.
I just got gas 2 days ago, $3.59.
Yeah,
I was complaining about that.
It already jumped up, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It already jumped up.
I was like, I'll probably get some gas a couple of days.
No, bro.
Shoot.
And right when you got it, you was like, man, I ain't gonna see these prices again. Nope, you weren't.
God,
that shit didn't. Whoop, it jumped up.
It jumped up. You know what I'm saying? Like it had the Holy Ghost.
Hey, straight up.
For real.
And I think and as long as this war continues, I think it's still going to spike up.
Keep spiking up.
Yeah.
So even the war that's over in the East is affecting us here in the West. Prices going up, shelves are being empty. And it was happening before, but now shelves are probably going to get even emptier for this Ukrainian-Russia war. Now then you got to look at what is our stance here? What is NATO's stance? Because you only can push Russia so far. You kind of like, you can sanction them and try to cut them off, and hopefully, if you cut off some of their resources and stuff like that, it may, deter them from going further. But they start sending troops.
Yeah, but they alliance with China,
right?
And
well, China already said they're not going to get involved right now.
That's what they say
right now. That's what they say right now. So you look at you decide to fight this war against Russia. Then now you got to look at, okay, what about the nuclear weapons? So you have all those different factors there.
I hope we don't get to that point.
I think a lot of people think that
because there's still people in Japan still dealing with Hiroshima. And that
Hiroshima is not like nuclear. That nuclear ain't nothing surviving.
No, but I'm saying people are still dealing with that after effects, and that was what 1940s.
Was it 40?
Because it was World War II.
Yeah, I guess it was.
So you're talking about 1940s. It's 2022. People still dealing with after effects of radiation from that shit. And so you can only imagine between those 80 years plus of the advancement of nuclear weapons from Hiroshima to now. And so I hope we don't get to that point.
Right.
I know of all the weaponry we got in America, Russia has just as much.
Right.
If not more. And you talking about them alliancing with China, who pretty much, if you take China's resources away of what America takes from them, you're talking about pretty much destabilizing our economy.
Right.
I mean, let's be real about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could probably point out how many things just in this room alone is probably made in China.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know,
that's true.
I would hate to put our country in harm's way of dealing with the batshit crazy Russia, and still deal with the country like China, who is in alliance with Russia.
Right.
And there's so much of our economy that is, you know, dependent on China. What if we get involved and all of a sudden China's like, nope, we're done with you motherfuckers. I mean, what if that happens?
We call on our debt. We need you to pay.
I mean, what if that happens?
It's like how I sound on that Snoop Dogg song. Say, nigga, you delinquent. Can I get those ends? You better pay this nigga. He ain't tripping.
he ain't fucking around.
Hey, what's up, man? You got them ends? Nigga, you delinquent. Can I get those ends? You know, then China be like, you better pay this nigga. He ain't tripping.
No, he is tripping. Russia tripping right now. I mean, and you know, big up. So you see a lot of Ukrainian athletes. I saw
taking up arms, man.
Yeah, taking up arms. I saw the
Klitschko
brothers. Vasily Lomachenko, who's a pound for pound top 10 boxer,
right,
taking up arms. You know, there's a great valor to those guys.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I think they're doing it because they love their country that much. They're not even caring about whatever money that they made in professional sports. They're not caring about how big their name is in America. They're looking at their brothers and sisters over there, you know, in the middle of a crisis. And so, you know, big ups to them. I mean, it takes a lot to do that. And it takes a lot of, you know, mental toughness to even, you know, sacrifice a lot that the millions of dollars that they made over here in America, and be like, nope, that is not important as taking up arms and fending off another country from taking down my own country. So, you know, big ups to them. But I still just don't understand that old tactics as in war, which is an old tactic that's been used not just in the history of America. War's been used talking about centuries ago as a resort to get what you want. I'm just still surprised that is still prevalent in 2022.
Right. It's I don't know, man. It's kind of like you're in one of those situations. Like, what do you do? You know, you can't really go in and fight against Russia because Russia decided to hit the nuclear weapons. Then what? Yeah. You know. So
what does that do for the lives over here?
Right. Yeah. So you know you affect the lives over here and affect the lives in other countries. So you have that issue. Then at the same time, you can't allow, you know, somewhere like Vladimir Putin just run rapid
and just demolish a whole country.
Now, I will say this caveat too. It's a lot of stuff that the media and our government puts out there that we don't know the whole story. Now, I'm not saying that what Putin doing is right, but there's probably more to it. May be more to it than we don't even know, because it's always the media and this country runs a lot of propaganda.
Facts.
And so, you know, I heard a lot of different things, you know, in the back channels that, you know, like, let me say this, because I don't want to go off speculation, but you still have to deal with the issue of the racism that's going on with Poland. So now, once this conflict is over, I'm looking at Poland side eye.
Yeah.
You're like, well, hey, why you want to let the black people over in there? You know,
because they trying to escape.
They're trying to escape just like everybody else. You know, just because they living in Ukraine, they still Ukrainians because they living there. Well, they students there, they living there. They still Ukrainians at the time. You know, and they fleeing for. They wouldn't let kids. Like some people's like, well, let my kid get on there. That's like, nope.
Yeah.
You know, so you hate to bring that issue up because you're talking about war where lives are being lost. But it's even happened even in the moment of crisis.
Yeah.
You know, then it makes me go back to the George Floyd thing when we said, "Oh man, everybody's looking like they was standing with George Floyd, and everything looked like things were looking a little better," and then you see this, like, well, dang, was that just like, like I made the comment about the Black Lives Matter thing when it first came out. I couldn't go down the street without seeing a Black Lives Matter thing in the yard.
Yeah.
Now it's just like the Christmas lights. You know what I'm saying? It was just a phase. Now it's time to take them down.
Nice decoration.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like Christmas. Like, all
Nice
right, man,
decoration.
that season's over. Take down the signs. You know what I'm saying? And
man, you're lazy. Take down your sign.
Right, you still got that Black Lives up, man? Come on, man. That was last season.
So last season.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what it seemed like. It's like, now it's time to take down the sign. Because now you look at this incident and it's just so many moving parts with this thing, and there's so much that we over here are facing and that other countries are facing also, man. And just because one man, Putin, decided to invade another country, man, and I wouldn't know what the solution to what's the solution? What is the solution? Because you can't fight against it like you want to, like full force.
Yeah.
But you can't allow him to keep doing what he wants, because then he can just use that as an excuse. I got nuclear weapons, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna go here. What's next? He ain't gonna go against China.
No, he's not gonna go against China. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I think, some of these Western countries are in a huge dilemma. If I go over there and try to, aid Ukraine and piss off big bad Russia, are they going to turn their weapons on me?
Right.
What if China's mad that I'm helping Ukraine fight a war against one of their allies? Do I potentially get retribution from China?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know the exact answer. I probably never will, because unfortunately, I get that the Ukraine people are in a very, very fucked up situation right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But I mean, I've been in a real fucked up situation as a black man in America since I came out the womb. So it's like, it's like they get my fullest sympathy. They get my fullest, hope that they can still be alive. And hopefully this situation passes through and is not something that lasts forever. They get all that. But I'm still thinking as an American, and from our point of view is, we still got a lot of issues and fucked up things we got to fix in our country.
Yeah, that's most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That is most definitely. I always say this, and it's like, as a black person in America, I'm an American by proximity. I'm an American by convenience. And what that means is I'm only American because I was brought here. I was never made or felt welcome as an American.
Or as in the laws never was meant for you.
Then when I say by convenience, it's when 9/11 hit, we all should be coming together. When an athlete goes to the Olympics and there's happened to be a black athlete and wins a gold medal, he's an American. When it's time to fight your war, you got to enlist. That's what makes me American by convenience. But when it comes to laws and being treated fair in this country, we're not American. Good example. When they had the Asians being attacked in this country, which I'm not condoning.
After COVID hit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After COVID hit, they had they had everybody going out protesting, hey, Asian lives matter, blah, blah, blah. Fully agree. Oh, let me finish.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with
Let me finish.
this.
They immediately passed the law.
There it was. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew.
They immediately passed the law.
Hey, motherfucker, we've been doing this long enough. I knew where you're going with.
And on top of that, they gave them $10 million.
Man.
We asked for reparations.
Shit.
Oh, we don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
But then Biden just asked for billions of dollars to aid Ukraine. But you don't have the money for that. So it's like you can find money when you need money, but when it's time to help and aid the people in your country who you consider Americans when you need them, who you consider Americans, you know what I'm saying?
They say, who you gonna call?
Right. Whenever a war breaks out, whenever we win and we sing and dance for you, whenever we win awards for you, we're Americans. You know, so I think that's another portion to this, and I'm bringing this up talking about the war because I go back to the point when I was talking about how they treated the black people over in Ukraine. Yeah, I know some people say, well, they're Africans, they're not Americans. But for us, they're black people, you know, because most racist people don't distinguish or differentiate between a Jamaican, an African.
They see black.
You know what I'm saying? Any other black country, they just see black.
They say, look like a nigga, talk like a nigga, he nigga.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's it. For real. That's how it is. So my thing is like, when I see stuff like that happen, I'm like, hey, we can't even talk about a war without talking about racism happening, you know, which is crazy. It's like when something tragic like this happen, to me, your humanity should kick in and say, let's help all that is suffering. Yeah. And it shouldn't be no color differentiation. It shouldn't be distinguishing between who's white, who's black, man, woman, child, you know. If the people need help the people. Yeah. And that's my whole point. I know some people gonna hear this part, only hear the part I was talking about with the black part. But I'm pushing for humanity too, because we don't want to see Ukrainians die either. No. You know what I'm saying? Because like my mama said, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
I never do.
You know, and on top of that, it's not about the issue of, you know, people, what Vladimir Putin is doing. I think that's horrible, but I think the bigger issue is how many times the United States did the same thing.
Facts.
How many times has the United States went over to countries and invaded their countries, and then at the same time turn around and say, we're going to send you aid with penny of the dollar from what they actually took from that country.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Over in the whole Middle East,
right?
For the last 15, 20 years since 01.
So my thing is that, you know, that's hypocritical.
It is.
It's very hypocritical, you know, but that's what countries do, and I think we need to get out of that old mentality of, like you said, fighting wars, and let's get into how we can fix the world. Now, yes, we have to fix issues in our country. I agree. Yes, we have to do that. You know, but we can walk and chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to fix this stuff, but fix global issues too, because of the internet, we are a global society. Yeah. You know, face it. I was telling when we had bought some hats for our sports station, and the lady called me, said, hey, you know, she's in another country, said, hey, you know, I want to show you, you know, what the design looked like. And I had to get up out my bed and go talk to her because it was 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, over there. Yeah. And, you know, I was able to talk to her, but that was the global. You know, before you had to like, operator, can I get, you know what I'm saying?
Operator, connect me to.
Or I need to buy some long distance minutes.
Or your phone code.
You know what I'm saying?
Phone code.
Call your phone code or calling cards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, shoot, man, it's just like calling anybody. You pick up your phone, you call any country you want.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger. WhatsApp.
Duo.
Right.
Google.
We can connect globally, because since we can connect, since we can connect globally, you know what I'm saying, we need to think and act globally. Yeah. So I think that's an issue we need to deal with. You know, like I keep going back to this because I know how people are. We need to fix. I agree. We need to fix what's going on in our country. I'm not denying that. Yeah. You know, and not just the racist stuff that's going on. You need to fix our economy.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? There's no way that because we so oil dependent,
it should be no reason why anybody's homeless in this country,
no reason.
and the homeless numbers keep rising.
There's no reason nobody should be hungry, homeless, all that stuff, man. I forgot if I read this or watched a video on it, but they were saying like the price that it costs to feed everybody. I want to say it was the world. Somebody like Warren Buffett can write one check and it's done.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They said
it's not like it's a lot of money.
They say Elon Musk can make it go away.
Yeah, it's not like
Jeff Bezos can make it go away.
It's not like it's a lot of money in when you look at it in perspective. In perspective, like Bezos or somebody that has that money, they can write a check. And I'm not talking about write a check and they be broke. Write a check and they just keep on living.
No, not only living. It's not a dent in their
wallet. It's not a dent in their wallet, right? That's what I meant by that. It's not a dent in their wallet.
Not a dent in their
they
wallet.
Just write a check. So my thing is like, that's a bigger issue we need to deal with and talk about, about this country.
Man, it's MOM. I talk about it all the time. Right. MOM. And if people don't understand what that is, I'm at to break it down. It's money over morality. And
I thought it was money over bitches.
No, MOM, sir, not MOB.
My bad. Oh. Wrong acronym.
Yeah, wrong acronym. And there's a differentiating letter in the end of it.
Yeah.
MOM.
All I hear is money over, and I go. No, that's my default line.
No, you've been listening to too much Cash Money and Lil Wayne, bro. No, not MOB.
Oh, okay.
Fuck money, get bitches. No,
that's not it.
Money, but no, it's literally when you see, people in position of power that make a lot of money, or company or country, whatever, that garners a lot of wealth, that morality part more times than not gets overlooked for the money part.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go down the line, politics, sports, hell, you can go down to your anything. You can go to city cases where libraries and schools are getting put out because of money issues or not generating enough money, quote unquote. That's what they say, right? But you rather take us it's like some of these small cities, all the kids go to the same school. Some of them are like 20 miles out the way, right. But because the money's not flowing, they'll get rid of a school, right? Which is weird because you already put the money into making the building. Go educate the people.
Are you talking about Umar Johnson? Oh, sorry.
That's a different conversation for a different type of day.
My bad.
Because Umar Johnson, there's some shit that I could rock with him, and there's some shit where I'm like, motherfucker, you way the fuck off.
Nigga's been 20 years. You still ain't got that school bill?
But he been still collecting money though.
My kids is grown. My kids that had kids. You still ain't doing that school?
Still collecting money.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna get that school. I was thinking you told that to my grandkid. That nigga grown now.
Still collecting that money. Like I said, we'll put that on the back burner for another show, another conversation, because that Negro's
still collecting money.
I ain't seen a door put up or nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it's just, it irks me that we can't put morality into business, or morality into politics, or morality into just anything. Why does it have to put morality to the back burner to make sure that you maximize your profits or shit like that?
I often wonder this. Plug for the show.
Yeah.
But so we talked about this earlier on the sports show, and I kind of want to give a same kind of idea. Is it because we speaking from a point of view that's not in that arena, that circle of having that kind of money, in the arena circle that's not in those certain companies or people, right? So we are ignorant to some things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we get in those arenas, will that change the way we see things? Will that change the way we view things? Will our worldview change? Now, I'm not talking about the obvious, because when you change when you change certain demographics, when you change certain economic levels, there's going to be some things that's going to change about you. Some things about your worldview is going to change because you're privy to information you didn't have before. So I'm not talking about the obvious stuff. I'm talking about the little stuff that people who less fortunate, people who don't make as much money, the things we always say, well, if I had that kind of money, I would do this. If I had that kind of money, I would do that. Because I don't know Warren Buffett. I don't know Elon Musk. I don't know Jeff Bezos. All I know is the stories that I hear, what I see. Are they really that greedy that they won't write a check to feed the homeless? Or is it red tape that's blocking them from doing it? Like, what is it? Yeah. What is stopping them from doing it? I guess that's more like, what is stopping them from doing it? Is it something we don't know, something we don't see? Because to me, it seems like I can just, hey, let's write this check. Now, I know there's got to be certain things in place because you can't just blindly write a check. I understand that, but I'm saying, what are those forces that stopping them? I guess is it the government to say, hey, we don't want to do that? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I would like to know what it is.
You're not gonna get no answer. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because the name of our show is I often wonder. That's the stuff I wonder about. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna get no answer to that.
That's some stuff I just wonder about.
I get it. I got you.
What is it that's actually stopping them? I know I won't get an answer. Yeah. But that's things I just wonder about. Like,
I would love an answer on, from Biden. Like, what could he have done to avoid this catastrophe over in Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
What could he have done to be like, hey, Russia, bruh, like, chill out. We'll help, get you to exactly, or some kind of compromise, to help ease your pain over this issue that you got to invade another country, or hey,
we say, here's my thing, because we talk about different viewpoints that we see, or different narratives that we hear about other countries, other people, and we talk about all the time, and how some of those narratives are false narratives. We look at Kim Jong-un. Now we see on TV, and some of the reports probably are true because you hear other people that come out of that country say certain things, but then at the same time, is he like that because he sees the stuff that the United States have done? We see how Afghan people, some people from Iran, Iraq, how some of them don't like Americans, right? But at the same time, could it be because of what we've done in their countries? Yeah. So it's not like we're innocent over here.
I put it like this. Other countries like to imitate the American civilization, as in, fashion, music, food, whatever.
The culture.
But I think they dislike the way that the American government, goes about business.
Yeah.
Which I could totally understand how, well, y'all been invading my country for 20, 30 years, but we've been, partaking in your civilization, probably putting money into your economy.
Right.
Because I want your clothes, I want your style, I want your music, I want that. And damn, that's how y'all really feel about us?
And it's unfortunate because you look at it like this. You look at Operation Paperclip. When we talked about how bad the Nazis did people, but we found out that some of their scientists can help us. We brought them in to our country, gave them citizenship. These are people who slaughtered Jews.
A whole bunch of them.
You know what I'm saying? But we brought them in, made them our leading science
for personal growth
for us. We talk about that we condemned. I'm saying we as the United States condemned the stuff that happened in a Tenement Square that says a human rights violation, but we don't talk about the human rights violation that goes on here against minorities
every day.
The human violation that goes on here that the government commits all the time,
every day.
You know, we don't discuss those things, but we always quick to point our finger at other countries for human rights violations. Now, I'm not saying what happened in Tenement Square wasn't bad. It was horrific, you know. However, we do the same thing in our own country and in other countries. And so, you know, and I know people say, "Oh, you know, well, you American bashing, and if you don't like it, you can get out the country." But that's my thing. It's like this: when people say that, you take a person, strip them of everything they know, everything that they know about where they came from, their language and everything, put them somewhere, and that's all they know, and say, "Okay, go back to your country." Where I'm gonna go?
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I was born in Missouri. Like,
first of all,
you want me to go to Missouri?
Africa's a continent. It's not a country. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what part of Africa we came from.
Yeah.
So it's not like we can, like, if you Irish, 9 times out of 10, you can probably trace your Irish lineage back to Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, if you from the UK, anywhere in the UK, you know, Scotland, United Kingdom. Yeah. I mean, that's UK, but you know, Scotland, all that play, anywhere in the UK, area. In that UK, you can trace your heritage back to England, Scotland, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you from France, and so forth and so forth. But if you're an African American or a black person born in this country from the slave trade, you can't trace because you don't know. You could have been from Ghana. Your parents could have came from Ghana,
African, East African,
split up.
Yeah.
Went to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Then they had kids.
Yeah.
And then one of them, not both of them, but one of them could have went to another part of the world. And then, you know what I'm saying? So we from everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why I had a shirt that said we did this to the world. You know, and my thing is like, so you all go back. I think that's idiotic to tell somebody a black American.
Yeah, I don't put too much stock into people that say that, because usually it's coming out of a mouth with people with 4 teeth. So I don't listen to motherfuckers like that anyway.
So you give them benefit from doubt. 4 teeth.
Yeah, I'm being generous. I'm being generous.
Right.
You know, I'm about 50% too much more. But I mean, we're not gonna take too much of our time. I mean, we just wanted to.
We just chewing the fat. Yeah, the old folks used to say.
Chewing on the cud.
Yeah, chewing on the cud.
You know, just kind of our initial thoughts about this Ukraine and Russia situation. My prayers and thoughts are out with those people in Ukraine.
Right.
Unfortunately, you know, there's going to be a lot of innocent casualties because of this situation. But hell, I mean, I can't believe it's in 2022. We're talking about war. That still boggles my mind.
Right.
We're still talking war in 2022. And this is after the fact that the whole world had to deal with this pandemic, which is starting to look like it's starting to go away. As you see a lot of mandates and starting to disappear and shit.
Right, people trying to find out what they can do with their mask now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, might turn to lingerie or some shit.
Turn mine into a condom.
That'll be the weakest condom in the world. Your batting average is about to go down. But no.
Jock strap.
But no, look, feel free to jump in the comments, give your own point of view or thoughts and opinions about this.
And look at girl, I got masks on for sale. They can double as a pasty. Need your nipples covered? Come holler at it. Try to get rid of these masks, you know what I'm saying?
So jump in the comments, spread the word, share, subscribe on the YouTube I Often Wonder page. And y'all have yourselves a fantastic day. Be safe out there.
Right.
love on your hug on your loved ones. I know I got
whatever you into.
love on your peoples.
Right.
Appreciate the moment, appreciate the time, because you never know. You can be like these Ukrainian people, and you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So, you know, be glad that you're breathing. Be glad that you're alive. It could always be worse.
That's
always
true.
be worse. But no, we ain't gonna take up too much more of your time. On that note, y'all come back now. Check us out again on another episode of Eye Off the Wonder. It's your boy Wildcard Mar, Detroit Mail, signing off.
Peace.
Peace.